Hello, welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. Today, a trip to Kyoto and to one of my favorite breweries in Japan, Kyoto Brewing Company. And we're going to look at one of their newest beers, and it is this one. It is called Kyoto Brewing Green Breeze, or緑風一陣 in Japanese, which means gust of green wind. And green wind, yeah. And in any case, a little bit about the brewery. It's located in the city of Kyoto, not too far from Kyoto Station, so any beer lover who arrives by train can get there easily, maybe a 20-30 minute walk or a quick taxi ride. They started in 2015, and they were voted the best new beer brewery in Japan by Rate Beer in their first year of operation, and then later the best brewery in Japan a few years later by the same organization, Rate Beer. And an American man, a Canadian man, and a Welshman were the three founders of it. The American was the head brewer, and unfortunately, I think he decided to move on at the end of last year. And they have a new brewer now, and so they haven't, nothing's really changed too much, I think. But he made great beer during the first 8-9 years of their operation, and but I think they're still continuing many of the same series and lines that they have started. The brewer was one of the, he studied in the U.S. and he had been a home brewer earlier. And I had the luck to sample his homebrew on many occasions at sampling sessions we had. And he did an internship at Lost Abbey in California, and also worked at Shigakogen Brewery in Nagano Prefecture, one of the top breweries in Japan. And so I do know them, and I don't think that influences my opinion of their beers, but they always have made really, really great stuff. And, someone once said, what was it, the guitar player for REM, not a turd in the punch bowl so far, meaning he's proud of everything they've done so far. And I guess that's not the best comparison for beer, but in any event. Okay, so enough about Kyoto Brewing. If you want to go there, they're open only on Thursday through Sunday in the afternoons, but they have I think 8 taps of great stuff, rotating taps all the time, and their flagship beers, and you can buy cans and bottles of their beers too to take away. Okay, so this beer is called緑風一陣, which means blowing green wind. And what's green about it? Well, I'll talk about that in a second. This is a Saison style, and it is what they call it GreenBreezeSaison. 5%, 15 international bittering units, and this is part of their Kika, or Rediscovery series. And in this series, they are exploring traditional Belgian styles and maybe putting a new take on them. So in this case, Saison, and the green is actually sencha, green tea. And so they actually, Kyoto Brewing started out with making kinds of, their favorite types of breweries were Belgian and American, and making hybrids of Belgian-American styles, so kind of fusion beers. And so now they're in the, at the point where they've done so much of that, they're doing a kind of rediscovery of traditional Belgian styles in this series. They have many, many different series of beers. One of them explores lagers, and in this case, Belgian styles. They call it a dry Saison, and it has 3 different types of sencha from Uji, which is just south of Kyoto City, a very famous place for green tea. Sencha is whole leaf green tea, and actually it's not whole leaf. It's been chopped up. But it's not powdered green tea, not like matcha, which is powdered green tea. This is dry leaf tea. And they put 3 different types in, and the malt is Pilsner, wheat malt, flaked wheat, and something called Spitz malt. The hops, one type, Hallertauer Blanc, and of course some green tea in the mix. This was 625 yen plus tax would be 720 yen. In US dollar terms, what would that be? Maybe about 450, something like that. Not terribly expensive, but not terribly cheap. Kyoto Brewing has actually been doing a good job of keeping their prices low or lower than many breweries in Japan. Nowadays, a pint of beer is over 1,000 yen. $7-8 or more. So they've been keeping their prices down quite a bit, and yeah. Okay, so should we give this one a go? I love a Saison. I think this will be the first time I've had one with green tea in it. Should be interesting. Is it going to be green? Ooh! Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a very, very pale yellow. It looks almost greenish to me here. A little bit of haze, and of course you can see the carbonation floating up there. Okay, and a nice frothy finger of foam. Okay, aroma. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. They didn't mention the type of yeast they use, but I assume it is Saison yeast. Well, this smells fruity and kind of raw and barnyardy all at the same time. My. Okay. Oh, this is something. It makes you want to take a sip right away, but I'm going to hold off for a second. Yeah, nice fruity sort of spritziness. It doesn't smell exactly like green tea. Okay, there is some in the background, yeah. And I'm sure as it warmed up, the green tea character would come through much more. I assume you know what green tea tastes like. It's a very, it's kind of a common drink here. You can get it, you get it in a lot of places. And it's now, of course, matcha is now added to so many things, so many products. There's matcha this, matcha that, which is good for the matcha, the tea growers in Uji. Yeah, this is very pleasant. Okay. We get the light, kind of gentle fruitiness. Pilsner, wheat malt, flaked wheat. I think flaked wheat should make the body kind of smooth, and it is smooth for sure. In fact, it does have more body than most Saisons I've had before. It's not as light. And that could have something to do with the tea, kind of some sort of association with the tea makes it feel a little stronger in body. Interesting. It does taste like a Saison, but it's fruitier and less crisp than most. I think that green tea sort of brings it down to earth. It's a nice attempt. I'm not sure how well it works. It's not as crisp, it's not as dry as they... Well, it's not sweet, certainly, but it's not as dry as I think they probably wanted. Yeah, but it's tasty. It has a little bit more body than most Saisons, but it goes down very, very nicely. So this is a beer you should try. You can find these, you can find this, I'm sure, in many places throughout Japan. If you come to Japan, go to Kyoto Brewing and give their beers a try. Again, this is called Kyoto Brewing Midori Kaise Chijin, or Green Breeze, a Saison infused with 3 types of sencha from Uji, south of Kyoto. Okay, that is it for today. Please do take care. Hope the weather is as good where you are as it is here. We are definitely into spring now. After kind of a long, sort of dreary winter, spring is upon us and the flowers are blooming. And I hope you are blooming too. Bye-bye.